Hi, this is Jarrod, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And don't forget to check out the description in this video if you're interested in supporting my channel, checking out bonus free selections, or purchasing my full card analysis from Southern California. Now I'm going to be doing my annual full cards, Triple Crown full cards from Churchill Downs, Pimlico, and Belmont for Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Stakes Day this spring. And you can find those at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Extensive analysis will be in those full cards for all the Triple Crown runners, wagers for all the Triple Crown day races from each track, including double, pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, pick 6 tickets, trifectas, superfectas, and so much more. In the last 22 Triple Crown races, I've given out 9 winning trifectas, 5 winning superfectas that have paid well into the thousands. So if you're interested in those, check those out at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races. This is Jarrod Horak for the runawayhorse.com. Welcome to my final Kentucky Derby 2022 points race. In my video series so far, I've covered 36 races. My top choices have 12 wins, 11 seconds, and 2 third-place finishes. I covered all 3 of the 100 points races last week. Mo Donegal, my top choice, rallied for the win in the Wood Memorial Stakes. My top choice in the Bluegrass Stakes, Emmanuel, set the pace as expected, and he ended up finishing 3rd. I did say box my top 3 contenders in a trifecta there. Zandon was my second choice. Smile Happy was my third choice. Emmanuel was my first choice, and they ran 1, 2, 3. And then in the Santa Anita Derby, my top choice, Messier, battled on the pace, took the lead, but he could not hold off lately raced Taiba, and he ended up finishing a clear second in that race. So now the final points race, 20 points to the winner, is going to be the Lexington Stakes this week. Now, if you're interested in checking out all of my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks blogs and videos, you can head on over to therunawayhorse.com and you will find all of that information on my Kentucky Derby 2022 page. I'll be updating my blogs for the Oaks and the Derby this Friday. So go on over there and check all that out. I have all that information there if you're interested in any of that. If you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park, you will find those full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page each day that Santa Anita Park runs. I'm also going to be covering my annual Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Triple Crown full cards this year from Churchill Downs, Pimlico, and Belmont Park. And you will find those on Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Week at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Now let's get into the analysis of this video, and I'm going to be covering for Saturday, April 16th, 2022, the Grade 3 $400,000 Lexington Stakes for 3-year-olds, and they're going to be traveling 1 mile and a 16th on the main track with a scheduled post time 5:16 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1, Midnight Chrome, moving back to the main track after finishing 3rd in an optional claiming race at Gulfstream Park at 1 mile on turf last time out. That was his first start this year. Go back to last year, and his best effort was on dirt was probably that 3rd place finish, beaten a little less than 10 lengths behind Mo Donegal and Zandon in the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes at Aqueduct last fall when he was battling on a slow pace, but he just could not keep up with the top 2. Now the top 2, Mo Donegal won the Wood Memorial, Zandon won the Bluegrass Stakes last week, and now Midnight Chrome is going to try to pick up some Derby points for himself after finishing 3rd in that turf route. I expect that they're probably going to try to get forwardly placed from that inside post under Jose Ortiz. In Due Time is number 2. He's 3-1 morning line, and he's run well on all 4 starts. In the mud in his debut, he was able to duel on the lead and break his maiden at Monmouth Park last year. And then in 3 starts this year at Gulfstream Park, he was 3rd at 6 furlongs in January. And then in February, he stretched out to 1 mile around 1 turn. And he was powerful that day, winning by almost 6 lengths and earning a good speed figure. And then in the Fountain of Youth Stakes last time out from post 4 in an 11-horse field, he was within striking range throughout, and he was second best behind Simplification. So he should sit a good trip from post 2, stalking the pace. We All See It is number 3, and he's 15-1 morning line. He's run well in 5 of his 7 lifetime starts. including an optional claiming win at 1 mile and a 16th at Fairgrounds last out, stalking the pace. Number 4, Ethereal Road for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. He's back quickly. He ran in the Bluegrass Stakes last week. He finished 7th, beaten 11 lengths in an 11-horse field. And before that, he was a solid 2nd, beaten a half length in the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes. And he broke his maiden prior to that, coming from the clouds, in a race that did not have a lot of pace, and he won by 4 lengths. So Victor Espinoza is going to ride this time. So he's back quickly, trying to pick up Derby points and get into the Derby. Howling Time is number 5. He started out his career the right way. Back-to-back wins at Churchill Downs at 6 furlongs in his maiden special weight debut. And then the Street Scent Stakes, he won that one easily. The Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, he set a slow pace. He finished 5th in an 11-horse field. That's been a very productive race. Smile Happy won that one. Classic Causeway was 2nd. White Up Barrio was 3rd. And then he came back in his first start this year in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. He didn't really do much running. So he's going to have to go much better. And he was definitely an early bloomer that has not developed since then. Skate to Heaven looked good in a maiden win, only by a nose last time out. But that was at Oakland Park at 1 mile. He was grinding it out down the middle of the stretch, and he was able to just get up and win by a nose. That was clearly his best speed rating so far, and he definitely liked the 2-turn distance, and he's got enough stalking speed to stay within striking range, but he's stepping up from a maiden win, and he's try to become a stakes winner. 7, Major General. He's like Howling Time. He started out like gangbusters in his career. 6.5 furlong debut at Saratoga. He wired the field. 2nd time out in the Grade 3 Iroquois, the first Kentucky Derby points race. He stalked the pace. He won that one by a neck. And then he was off all the way until the Tampa Bay Derby. And in that Tampa Bay Derby, he stumbled badly at the start and never got involved. Now he's putting blinkers on for trainer Todd Pletcher. I read Ortiz Jr. is going to get aboard. And if you look at the pace scenario of this race, it's very muddled. You just can't quite make out which horses are going to set the pace. But Major General is one that he did set the pace in his career debut. They paid $420,000 for him. He could go better, but he's going to have to run much quicker to win a race like this. The 8, Strava, is another one that could end up impacting the pace. He's adding blinkers in his 4th career start. In his first 2 career starts, we're at 6 furlongs. He stalked and scored in the debut at Keeneland. That was last fall. Right after that race, in the Keeneland 2021 November sales, he sold for $825,000. And then for Dallas Stewart, in his first start this year in the slop at 6 furlongs, he finished 2nd, rallying from off the pace. Clearly 2nd best that day. They stretched him out in distance last time, and he ran into Cyberknife. He ended up finishing 3rd, stalking the pace from post 10, and Cyberknife did flatter him by coming back and winning the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. So Strava is one that can get involved early, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get him up on the pace in here. This is one of those weird races where you're just not quite sure who's going to set the pace. 4 or 5 horses are capable. Wouldn't be surprised if 4 or 5 horses went out and tried to get the early lead. Number 9, Tawny Port. He's 5-2 morning line for Brad Cox. He was my top choice in the Jeff Ruby Stakes last time out. Clearly 2nd best behind Tiz the Bomb. Good solid effort there, stalking the pace. His best 3 races were at Turfway Park because he won his first 2 races at 1 mile at Turfway Park. And then in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes, they tried him on dirt. He did not have a good trip that day. There wasn't a lot of pace going on. Epicenter was able to dominate that race. Smile Happy was 2nd. Zandon was 3rd. That's been a very productive race. All those horses are heading to the Kentucky Derby. And then Tawny Port could be heading to the Derby as well, depending on what he does on dirt in this spot. Not thrilled that he's coming back quickly, but they want to see if he can handle the dirt, and we'll find out. His Risen Star was inconclusive. We're not quite sure if he can handle it yet. We're going to find out. The 10 Dash Attack, another one that started out great, back-to-back wins at Oakland Park at 1 mile on less than fast track. On a good track first time out, he rallied to win, stalking the pace. He rallied from well off the pace 2nd time out in the slop in the Smarty Jones Stakes. Then he was no threat in the Southwest Stakes. He did get pace up, just didn't fire there on a fast track. Same with the Rebel Stakes. Out from post 11, he was 7th that day. So now Flavian Prat gets aboard, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ran better. Ken McPeak kind of hit the reset button, got him away from the bigger races, and he's trying to qualify for the Derby in this smaller event. Call Me Midnight, number 11. He's one that certainly is capable of rallying and doing a good job like he did when he won the Lexington Stakes, a grade 3 at Fairgrounds, catching epicenter. Got a lot of pace help in that race. Didn't get a lot of pace help in the Louisiana Derby. He was 6th that day in that 9-horse field. Don't really know that he's going to get a lot of pace help in this race either, and he's going to have to overcome the outside post, possibly a lack of pace, and then the shorter stretch at Keeneland at 1 mile and a 16th. He did run at Keeneland at this distance one time. That was last fall, and he ended up rallying to finish 2nd under Flavien Prat. But James Graham, his winning rider, stays aboard. So this race is pretty wide open. I'm going to go by the track profile on this one and try to pick the winner. Now, at Keeneland, and races at 1 mile and a 16th on dirt, horses breaking from posts 1, 2, and 3 that show early pressing speed dominate typically at Keeneland. And that's the way that I'm going to play this one. I'm going to look for the horses breaking from the inner posts, and they all seem to have at least some tactical speed. And my third choice will be number 1, Midnight Chrome, for trainer John Servis. He's one that he showed speed in the Remsen, but that was a slow pace. But even in his career debut, 5.5 furlongs on dirt, he was chasing the pace. So I think from that inside post, Jose Ortiz is going to try to at least maintain position. If he's not on the lead, he's going to be stalking the pace, saving all the ground. So he'll be my third choice. My second choice will be number 3, We All See It. He's another one with some tactical speed. He did set the pace one time at Fairgrounds. That was last year at 1 mile and a 16th, and he ended up finishing 3rd. And then in his maiden win, he stalked the pace. He was right up on top of it, and he broke his maiden by 11 lengths. And then last time, he stalked the pace. So he's one that has that tactical ability. Luis Saez, an aggressive rider, will probably try to get him at least in a contending position. I can't go against In Due Time in here. He's lightly raced, and he seems like the horse with the most class, with the best post position, with the best tactical speed as well, because he ran well in the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth. Simplification's a solid horse. He's won some races at Gulfstream Park, including the Mucho Macho Man. He also ran well in the Holy Bull and the Florida Derby. So Simplification was a quality runner. He was 2nd behind that one. And with that tactical speed, I think he can save ground. And his class as well, he can get the job done under Paco Lopez. So number 2, In Due Time, will be my top choice over number 1, Midnight Chrome, and number 3, We All See It. And that will wrap up my look at all these Derby races. Again, check out my annual Triple Crown full cards, including for the Kentucky Derby week. For my Kentucky Derby full card will be available at the runawayrhorse.com on my sales page. And check out all my blogs and all the other Kentucky Derby information. And then the videos that will be coming up on my channel, I'm going to be covering videos for all 20 of the Kentucky Derby horses that are going to be running in the big race in a few weeks. So I'm going to have videos for all those contenders, plus my top 5 most likely Kentucky Derby winners video that I do every year as well, and some other Derby information on my YouTube channel as well. So check all that information out, and until I see you next week, good luck at the races.